Co-creating impact. Hello there.
Hi.
I'm Lori. I'm with Co-creating Impact and itstimesunshine.com. We are here with our friend and co-host, Margie. How are ya?
I'm doing just great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I love your bio where you call yourself a hope dealer. Talk about that.
The hope dealer. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I believe in giving everybody worth. I think that if everybody has value and worth, if you come at them with a gratuitous heart, you give them hope. You give them that little bit that there is some humanity in the world that's going to allow them to feel a little bit better. They'll be hopeful that there's a positive outcome. They're hopeful that they can get healthier. They're hopeful that whatever it is that they're going through is a momentary lapse in time. And that's what I like to bring. I like to bring the smile, to bring the hope back into people's lives. I think it's important.
That's beautiful. How specifically do you do that?
Um, Talking positive, being
Mm.
positive with everything that you do, a positive outlook, a positive response. If you have a negative response to everything, negativity begets you negativity. If you have a positive outlook to whatever it is that you're doing, then the positivity will come back to you. If you give positive, you'll get positive. If you think negative, you bring that right into your space and you can't really kind of get away from it. It just kind of hoards over you and there it is, you
Right.
know? So I
It,
try to think of the better ways to approach things, to be more positive in the outlook, to be more positive in what it is I'm trying to achieve in the world, and to bring that to whoever is in my space, to give them the value that they should feel in themselves.
And I feel like that's, the law of attraction right there. And also, we need negative in order to feed off the positive in order to better serve us. So what negativity did you face in your life in order to get to such positivity?
Ooh, boy, I don't know if you were on the Otang, but I told him I could write a book. I could certainly write a book. I think one of the biggest things, the biggest impact that in my life was that my father died in an airplane crash when I was 4 years old in the Philippines. I don't remember what it looked like. I don't remember what his touch felt like. I don't remember any of that. I remember the heartache of that. And I think that coming to grips that people don't leave you because they want to. People leave you because it's time for them to go. People are gifts. What we have in this world is a gift. And it's only our gift for a short period of time. And once I realized that my dad didn't leave me, that, we didn't grow up in hard times because he wasn't here. But I think that having unconditional love from my mother, who is my biggest hero, has really and truly given me and my 7 brothers and sisters the outlook that we have, to be grateful for what you have, to be grateful for the things that are in your life, be grateful even for the opposition that's placed upon you and before you, because if you can work through it, and we know that God is good all the time, He will guide you to get where you need to be. And you have to listen to that little voice inside. I always think of it as I have this big purple ball in the center of my chest. And when I have a question, I go there and I listen to myself. I listen to what is being said. I don't always have the right answer, but I have the positive outcome that I'm looking for. I know which way I want to go. Doesn't always go the way that I want it to, but it's something that I look forward to. But that's one of the biggest things, having adversity and dealing with it as you grow through life. We never knew, I grew up in a poor environment. We never knew where the next food was coming from. We didn't know where this was going to come from. And then when I got out of college and I went to work, I became the person that solved all the problems in my family. I was the one, because my stepdad couldn't keep it together. So I was the one that would pull up the slack. I was the one that went to work at 16 because my stepdad had a big, huge, massive tractor trailer accident and couldn't work. I was the one that helped my mom hold all the glue in our family together. And now that I'm older, I'm now the glue still holding everything together. Sometimes it can get pretty weighty.
Right. I'm
But for the
wondering what.
most part, I just wake up with a smile. I just wake
Mm,
up, put my feet on the ground and think, good, I am awake and I'm ready to go. And my family absolutely hates the fact that I get up like I do, because I get up like this, like, oh yeah, that's it. The sun's up. Let's go. And
right.
it's just, having that positive outlook, knowing that no matter what's thrown at me, I can handle it. I
Mhm.
don't, and I have proven this on more than one occasion. There is nothing you can't do. There's nothing you can't do. You just have to think about it for a second, logically work through it, and then just stop it, take it to the next level. And I love to prove people wrong. I've walked into plenty of jobs where they said, well, you got to have training for this and you got to have training for that. And it's like, okay, tell me what it is that you do. And they'll tell me. And I said, okay, go sit over there and give me 20 minutes. And in 20 minutes, I'm doing what they were doing with better results.
Mhm.
And I don't know why I'm able to do that, but it doesn't matter what job it is. I can walk in, figure it out, sit down and do it. That 2-week training doesn't happen for me. So, and I think it's just having the positive outlook that I can do it.
Yeah, I love the analogy of going within and having something to look at, the purple ball, just to have something that's deep within you, your soul, your guidance, your gut, your instinct. I love that analogy. That's beautiful. I also I wonder how it is that you take care of yourself. Where is your self-care? Because you are the glue.
you know, and this might sound odd, but I take care of me, I don't know, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm sitting there and I just want to watch mindless TV or I don't want to do anything else. But I get great joy out of taking care of other people. And yeah, sometimes I get to the point where I'm at the end of my rope, and then that little voice in my head comes in, that's something that my mom said growing up: tie a knot and hang on, tie a knot and hang on.
Mm,
And um, I have my moments. I have my good moments. I have my bad moments. I'm not always smiling and happy. There are times that it's wearing on me, and I try not to get wrapped up in those moments because um, they don't serve a purpose. It doesn't serve me to get upset, be sad, get mad. It doesn't serve me or anybody around me to be that way. So, even in opposition.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. I believe that we do need the positive and the negative in
Mm-hmm,
order to serve us and
mm-hmm.
in order to grow and expand. And how did you come to that knowing? What wisdom do
I
you have
firmly,
to give us?
I firmly believe that um, I have a huge tendency to see things coming before they happen.
Mhm.
And I can, if I think about it, the first person that comes to mind is who I need to call and talk to at that moment. My brothers and sisters, again, another thing for me that they really just don't like. It's like, why don't call me? Don't call me, because I know if you call me, something's about to happen and I don't want it to happen. It's like, well, it might be a good thing that happens, but you're on my brain and I have to reach out. So, how did I come to having such a positive outlook? I don't know. I think just knowing that I don't like being ugly. I don't like being mean. I don't like having those things. And I can't be that way. Oh, I can come down if need be. The last thing you want to do, we make jokes in my family. If you look at my eyes, they're a nice, bright, kind of a greenish brown hazel look. Very pretty and nice, right? When they turn black, run, run.
Run.
Because if my eyes turn black, I have had it. I am done. And I will put an end to whatever is annoying me. And
And
that's,
sorry, that comes from experience, I think.
mm-hmm,
And when we experience so much in our life of the ugly around
mm-hmm,
us, we don't want that to be around us anymore. And so
Right.
we set up those boundaries, and we are more strong in our faith and in gratitude of knowing. I feel that from you. Tell me a little bit about what you've done recently within the last 5 years that has helped you get to where you are right this minute.
Oh, wow. A lot of adversity. A
Mm.
lot of adversity in the last 5 years. Wow. In the last 5 years, I took on a job as a special needs teacher's assistant,
I did that too.
and it takes a special person to do that. But I don't believe in a throwaway person. I don't believe in it. I don't believe that anybody should be told because they have a disability they can't do something. And I don't believe that you should place limits on yourself, because there's nothing you can't do. There's nothing you can't do.
Mm.
I don't believe that there should be limits on the children that I dealt with. I think really gave me an insight to, I'm grateful, severely grateful that I have 2 healthy children. I'm severely grateful that I'm healthy and happy and mentally okay. I'm severely grateful that I can walk and run and do the things that I like to do. Because if you see people that cannot, and you are not grateful for what you do have, then you need to take a great big look inside, because there is something severely missing if you cannot. And I really believe that you have to be able to do those things. It has given me great insight on a whole new level, that job. And I actually took that, and I knew that, I feel very privileged that I have a household that I don't have to work. I don't have to worry. I don't have to do any of those things. I work because I want to, not because I have to. And at this point, my husband and I, when we had children, we decided that I would be home to take care of them. And I was home for 10 straight years. Then I decided to go back to work. Well, every time I went to work, there was a reason for me to stop working. So when I had a branch director's position and I was making almost 100 grand a year, and my family came first, I walked away after 60 days in that job and said, I can't do it. It's taking too much time. I need to be here for my family. My children were teenagers and I need to be home. So I walked away from that job. The job with the special needs kids, I held up a standard for all the teachers that couldn't say anything, because I knew I didn't have to work. I knew that I didn't have to be anywhere. I knew that I would be okay. And I went to bat for them. And I lost my job because of it, because I upended like 5 years of research and 5 years of this school system wanting to push something that didn't need to be pushed. I mean, you got a 98% graduation rate. What are you doing? And you want to upset an entire community to do it. Well, I put a screeching halt to it with my words. It's all on tape in the City of Virginia Beach School Board meetings almost 2 years ago.
Wow.
But they didn't do what they wanted to do. They didn't upset the entire community. They didn't upset the teacher status. They didn't upset anything else. And everybody told me when I walked out of that meeting, because there was hundreds of teachers, nobody said a word. And I was like, oh, I was called to do something. I just felt like it was dragging me in there. And I went in and I took care of it, and I walked out. 2 days later, I quit. I didn't give a chance to fire me. I quit. I just walked away. I was like, you know what? You want to take me from one place and put me someplace that is like a dark hole, and because you want to silence me. Well, I'm not taking your job. I'm not taking your crap. And I'm not taking this. I'm not coming back tomorrow.
Good for you.
I think that's the first time in my entire life that I have ever just walked away and not given a notice and not been the professional. But I said, you know what? I don't have to, and I'm not going to. No. And I walked away. Best decision I ever made. Best decision I ever made, because I'm available for my family. I'm available for my husband. I'm here for my kids, even though my son just graduated from college. My daughter is still in college getting her PhD. And, I can be here for them. I can be here. I can go to Walmart and do shopping with my son, and we can go have lunch somewhere. I can do
It's a
that.
beautiful thing.
It
You
is.
are a very brave and open-hearted, beautiful human being. I appreciate you coming on. Is there anything else you want to add before we
Well,
go?
I would have to say, I don't know if I know where we're going to be talking. I did a thing on TikTok about your health. And I have to say, your health is important. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything.
That's right.
I do Plexus Health and Wellness. I love the products. They are awesome. And they do what they say they're going to do. And I did a TikTok that's like, we're all about gut health these days. And your
Yep.
gut health is important because if your gut's unhealthy, you're unhealthy. And this is
Amen.
why.
Yes.
90% of your serotonin is made in your gut.
Mhm.
70% of your immune system is produced in your gut. And
Mhm.
if your gut is unhealthy, guess what? You are sick and sad.
Yes,
So
because it's from the vagus nerve where
Mhm.
it all is connected, our mind,
Mhm.
body, spirit. And that is when our gut is upset, we get anxiety. When we have anxiety, our gut gets, it's the food, it's a big balance.
Mhm.
So we will have that link in our description everywhere. I appreciate you and I love your big heart. Thank you for coming on, Margie. Thank you,
Thanks
thank you,
for
thank you.
having me. You take care. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay,
All right,
bye.
bye.
Brought to you by breaktherage.org and itstimesunshine.com, finding resources for health and mental wellness.